Hello everyone, my name is Teresa of Chapstick and Succulents, and in today's video, I'm going to show you the Echeveria nodulosa that bloomed in our garden this summer, and I will also show you how to enjoy the flowers while propagating at the same time. This plant belongs to the Crassulaceae family and is drought tolerant. It has olive green succulent leaves with burgundy markings on midleaf and along its edges, giving it a painted look. And this is also called Painted Echeveria. This plant enjoys full sun, but also do well in partial shade. And like other succulents, when exposed to direct sunlight for the first time, make sure that it is done gradually because they can also get sunburned. Damage that is permanent, but they can outgrow over time. This summer, they bloomed in our garden, and their flowers were gorgeous. So I did a bit of an experiment because I want to display the flowers and find out how long they would last. And at the same time, I would like to propagate them from cuttings. So I harvested the flowers but trimmed them in such a way that some leaves are still attached. In that way, the stored water inside the leaves would sustain the flowers and hopefully will help them grow roots. But instead of water, which is often used for cut flowers, I place them in dry soil. The same mixture I use when I plant my succulent cuttings. It's a mixture of 2 parts potting soil, 1 part perlite, and 1 part coarse sand. I did not water them, but let the cuttings callus over in the dry soil mixture. When you work with succulents, whether planting, propagating, or creating arrangements, try to be truly present and enjoy whatever you do. Because by doing so, you are giving yourself a favor. You are allowing yourself to relax and temporarily forget whatever bothers your mind. This hobby is a very good stress reliever if done the right way. Now, going back to our experiment, aside from the dry soil mixture, I used another pot, but this time with wet soil. I want to find out which technique is more effective when propagating from cuttings. I also tried propagating the leaves, although it seems like they are not the best specimens for propagation. Do you know why? First, because they are not very plump, and second, they are young as well. But it's good to see if it would work or not. 2 weeks later, there are no signs of growth on the leaves. Nothing was growing on the mother plant either. But the cut flowers are still looking fresh, so they lasted a long time. 1 month later, still no signs of growth on the leaves. But the mother plant has a couple of new sprouts. And the lower half part of the flowers are dry, but on the tip, some are still fresh. Today, it's been 1 month and a half, so let's check them again. On the leaves, finally the roots are coming out, but still there are no babies. But they are still alive. You see, it's been a month and a half and they are still green. So we are not giving up, right? But this time, let's plant them differently. Let's bury the tip in wet soil. And it's okay to wet them because the tip are all dry. And let's put this in a cool, dry place and patiently wait for the result. If you want to be updated with the result, join my Facebook group, Chapstick and Succulents Global. It might take a while for these babies to grow, but let's just hope they will. Let's check the mother plant. The sprouts are slowly growing. Now, let's check on our flower cuttings. Let's start with this that we placed on dry soil. The flowers are all dry, but the leaves are still green and they have roots. Let's check another one. You see, they grow roots even on dry soil. Now, let's check on the container that we watered. Do you think they will have longer roots? Let's find out. Here, the stems are still green. Now, let's check for the roots. This one is black. No signs of any roots at all. This one is totally dead. This one is also rotten. And here's another one that turned black. Why do you think we failed on this one? The only difference I can think of from the other one is that first, the soil was wet and the tip of the cuttings was not calloused, so they were open and exposed to wet soil for a few days, which might have caused them to rot. Second, remember I removed some leaves? Whatever few small leaves that was left in place maybe weren't enough to sustain the flowers and promote growth as well. What do you think? Please leave a comment below if you think you know the answer. And for these cuttings with roots, I'm going to remove the dead flowers and plant the rooted part on wet soil. At this time, it is okay to water because now we have roots that can absorb the moisture and nutrients from the soil. I'm going to put them together in one pot for now, and when stable, will be transferred to a bigger container. I hope now you've learned how to display the flowers of your succulents and propagate them at the same time. And if you've propagated from cuttings before and failed, maybe you can try again. Please visit our website if you need some cuttings to start. And if you learned something from this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Have a great day. Bye!